Hello everyone, my name is Sarafi and I'm happy to meet you all. And today we're going to be talking about the new leaks that happened for Duel Links for September 24th. We are getting a brand new, not really an archetype, but a new series of cards that you all are going to really enjoy. It's probably one of the best dinosaur decks in the game. We have the new Raptor cards. These were all released to kind of buff Rex Raptor's old sort of normal monster deck, and let's take a look at them. So to start with, we have double-headed Dino King Rex. This is a level 6 Earth dinosaur monster. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon double-headed Dino King Rex once per turn this way. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target one monster on the field with less attack than the total attack of all dinosaur monsters you control and destroy it. You can only use this effect of double-headed Dino King Rex once per turn. 1600 attack, 1200 defense. Great. So it's a free special that allows you to immediately destroy a monster with 1600 or less attack points. Less than 1600 attack points. And then if you don't want to destroy a weak monster, you can always normal summon it, or you can special summon it after you already control other monsters, and it will get more power so it can take out a bigger threat. This is a weak card from the, in terms of all the cards that are here, but it is part of a wider package, and you'll see the other cards as we go through them. Next up, we have the evolved form, which is Mighty Dino King Rex, level 9 Earth dinosaur monster with 3200 attack points and 1200 defense points. If this attacking card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, it can make a second attack during this battle phase. Fantastic. Once per turn, if you control this card that was not summoned this turn, you can target up to 2 monsters your opponent controls and destroy them. Okay, that's interesting. So it's a soft once per turn effect, but it can't be spammed. Because you can't just destroy your monster and then revive it and then use the effect again. Instead, the soft once only really matters if you have multiple copies of Mighty Dino King Rex that you summoned last turn on the board. That is cool. I like that because the effect is very powerful. Being able to destroy 2 cards, any 2 monster cards is great. Of course, Mighty Dino King Rex does not have any inherent protection, and it also can't special summon itself. So how are you going to get this on the board? Well, you can normal summon it, thanks to Jurassic Power. Jurassic Power is a continuous spell card. All dinosaur monsters you control gain 300 attack points. That's very helpful for your double-headed Dino King Rex, because now it can pop a monster that has 1900 attack points, or less than 1900 attack points. You can normal summon level 5 or higher dinosaur monsters without tributing. Excellent. Now you can summon your double-headed Dino King Rex while you have other monsters on the board to potentially get a bigger pop. And you can also summon your Mighty Dino King Rex without tributing it, which is great. You can send 1 dinosaur monster from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard to add 1 dinosaur monster with 1200 defense from your deck to your hand. Great. Fantastic. That's a really powerful effect. It will allow you to easily search out these King Rex cards, and it also lets you kind of fill your graveyard up with what you need in your graveyard, which you'll see is very important for the other cards in the deck. After that, we have the fusion cards. First up, we have Kaitoptera. Kaitoptera is a level 4 wind dinosaur monster. If your opponent controls 2 or more face-up monsters, except wind monsters, those cards cannot target this card for attacks. You can only use each of the following effects of Kaitoptera once per turn. During your main phase, you can add 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand. Cool. Free poly? I'll take that. And the next up, if this card is banished, you can special summon it, then you can add 1 polymerization from your graveyard to your hand. Okay? And that is if it's banished from anywhere. So you can banish this card from your graveyard for some other effect, like Ultimate Evolution Pill, and then special summon it and draw your polymerization back for another fusion summon. Very, very cool. Now you might say, okay, well what are we fusing with this card? You are fusing the new monster, Hornsaurus. Hornsaurus is a level 6 dark dinosaur fusion monster that requires Kaitoptera plus any dinosaur or dragon monster. It can attack directly the turn it is special summoned. Not fusion summoned, special summoned. Very nice. You can only use each of the following effects of Hornsaurus once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned, you can place one field spell from your deck or graveyard face up in your field zone. Any field spell. You can literally just play any field spell from your deck for free. That is extremely nice. Of course, if you play a field spell from your deck, I don't believe it is treated as you activating the card, which means that if the card has an effect that triggers on activation, like S-Force Brigade, then it doesn't work, I believe. This is a very unique effect. There's only a few cards in the game that place field spells face up. But if it works like the continuous spell activations work, the card's not being activated, therefore it's not, the activation effects don't work. But you could use this to get, I mean, obviously the intention is to use it to get Jurassic World, which is pretty cool. Although we do have Jurassic World as a skill. You could also use it to get Lost World if we get Lost World, which I kind of doubt. Or you could use it to get, I don't know, maybe Mausoleum of the Emperor. Maybe that's what we're supposed to get with this. I'm not sure what the actual intention for this card is in terms of dinosaurs, but there are a lot of really good field spells in the game. Some of them are generic, and some of them aren't, but this card is generic, so it's not like it locks you out of summoning other monsters for the rest of the turn. You could use this to get Sky Strikers if you want to. You could use this to get S-Force. You could use this to get, you know, Zombie World, whatever you want. During your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one dinosaur or dragon monster. Cool. It's dark. You could use it to get Orchestrated Babel and play Orchest. Yeah. Free normal summon when you have that continuous spell to make your normal summons untributable is fantastic. This card is going to be really good. Lastly, for the generic dinosaur support, we have Grenosaurus Giga-Cannon. This is a rank 4 Fire Exceeds dinosaur monster that has 2200 attack points and 2000 defense points. It requires 2 level 4 monsters. When your dinosaur monster destroys an opponent's monster from a battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can detach one material from this card, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent, then this card gains 1000 attack points. That's very, very good, and of course it will be halved, but still, it's not a once per turn effect. And it's not Grenosaurus that has to destroy a monster, it's any dinosaur you control. That's very, very nice. You could potentially have 2 other dinosaurs pop your opponent's monsters, burn your opponent for 1000, then Grenosaurus has 4200 attack points, and you just attack your opponent directly. In terms of power for a level 4 or a rank 4 monster, 4200 attack points is a bit much. It's a bit out there. So this is going to be a very powerful card as long as you can set it up properly. Next up, its other effect is if this Exceeds summon card is destroyed, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. Then if you do, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. That will be halved, and that effect is only once per turn. Cool, you know, Exceeds summon, crash, pop, burn, whatever you want to do. This is a really good card. It's got a lot of burn, it's got a lot of power, and the artwork looks great. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this deck. I can tell you what. Okay, that is all of the generic dinosaur support for Raptor. Now let's talk about our new series of cards, the Transcendosaurus cards. Starting off with the spell card Beta Evolution Pill Ultranscendence. A normal spell card, tribute 2 monsters from your hand and or field, including at least 1 dinosaur monster. Special summon 1 level 5 or higher dinosaur monster from your deck or your extra deck with a level equal or higher, with equal or higher attack than the total attack of those tributed monsters. Also, for the rest of the turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except for dragons, dinosaurs, sea serpents, and wyrms. Wow, that's good. Okay. Tribute 2 monsters. Both of them can be from your hand, and as long as their attack points don't exceed the dinosaur fusion or synchro monster you want to summon, you're going to pop off immediately. That is so good, and you'll see the cards that we can target with this. This is going to be an insanely good card, especially if you just have Effect Veiler in your deck or DD Crow. Then you contribute a high attack dinosaur monster, and you'll still be able to summon anything you want. So you can use this to summon your mighty Dino King Rex from the deck if you want to. Probably not going to be the best use for it though, and let's take a look at some other options. So next up, we have the generic trap card Super Soaring. Target one dinosaur monster that is banished or in either graveyard and special summon it to your field. You can only activate one Super Soaring per turn. Great! So you can revive any dinosaur monster you want. Now this is important because there are some effects that trigger when a Transcendosaurus monster is special summoned from the graveyard. So you're going to want to play this card, and it's going to be really powerful for you. Let's not hold back anymore. Here's my Transcendosaurus army. We have an Xyz monster, a Link monster, a Fusion monster, and a Synchro monster. And here we go. Rank 6. Transcendosaurus Drillygnathus. Rank 6, 3000 attack dinosaur monster, requires 2 level 6s. While this card has no materials, if it battles a monster, any battle damage it inflicts to your opponent is doubled. 3,000 attack points, and it inflicts double damage when it battles a monster. That is absurd when we only have 4,000 life points. You can only use each of the following effects of Transcendosaurus Drillygnathus once per turn. You can detach one material from this card, target one of your banished dinosaur monsters, and special summon it. Cool. So you can revive a banished monster, like Giant King Rex, or... Well, Giant King Rex will usually special summon itself, but, you know, there are dinosaur monsters that can banish themselves. You can play the Ultimate King Tyranno, or whatever it's... What is it called? It's not Ultimate King Tyranno. There's like a Tyranno monster that gets 1,000 attack points for each monster you have banished. Tyranno Infinity, yeah. So you can play that, and then just banish a bunch of dinosaur monsters and use this card to revive them. If this card is destroyed, you can shuffle one normal monster from your graveyard into the deck, then you can special summon this card. That's really, really strong. So you can just shuffle any normal monster from your graveyard back into the deck. This card revives itself, and when it revives, since it was not Xyz summoned, it has 0 materials, which means it inflicts double damage. And that's the same if you revive it with your Super Soaring. So this is just a fantastic card to special summon from the graveyard. Now, what else have we got? Cower before my Link 3, Transcendosaurus Exaraptor. Dark dinosaur monster, requires 2 or more dinosaur monsters, including at least 1 level 6 or higher monster. 3,000 attack points. If this card is special summoned, you can special summon 1 dinosaur monster from your hand. Nice. It immediately replaces itself for materials. If a face-up dinosaur monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. Now, it's a little bit hard to see here, but this monster's arrows are up, left, and right. So it does not have any arrows that point down, which means if you summon this monster in the extra monster zone, it cannot use this effect at all, unless your opponent has a dinosaur monster, which they wouldn't. If this card is destroyed, you can shuffle 1 normal monster from your graveyard into the deck, then you can special summon this card. There we go. Okay, so we want Exaraptor to be destroyed so we can revive it, because when we revive it, we'll just plop it in the middle monster zone of our main monster zones. Then its 2 left and right pointing arrows now affect the rest of the board. So instead of having to go through the jumping hoops of Link summoning a monster with a downward arrow and then summoning another Link monster to the middle zone, we don't have to do that. We can just destroy Exaraptor, which dinosaurs are really good at destroying themselves, and then revive it, and we can put it wherever we want. So this is really fun that they have this like ongoing theme of the monsters are really strong, but they're even better when they get destroyed. I love it. Next up, we have Transcendosaurus Gigantozowler. If you've never seen the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, Megazowler is one of Raptor's monsters. This is a level 12 Earth Dinosaur Fusion monster. It requires 1 dinosaur monster plus 1 normal monster. It has 3,800 attack points. This card can be summoned with your Beta Pill Ultranscendence. All you need to do is make sure that your 2 monsters don't have more than 3,800 attack points. If this card is special summon, so it can be triggered off of summoning off of Transcendosaurus, or Transcendence, because you don't have to fusion summon it. You can target 1 dinosaur monster in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. Then, if Gigantozowler was special summoned from the graveyard, you can destroy 2 cards. 1 card from your hand or your field, and 1 card your opponent controls. Amazing. So you can revive this card with your soaring, you can revive this card with its own effect, and you just get to blow up your own cards, which you can then revive, because that's what Transcendosaurus is all about, and pop your opponent's cards as well. It's very, very good. If this card is destroyed, you can shuffle one normal monster from your graveyard into the deck, then you can special summon this card. You can only use each effect once per turn. I love it. This is fantastic. Last card in the leaks is Transcendosaurus Glaciasaurus. This is a rank 12, a level 12 dinosaur synchro monster, water, 3,600 attack points, 2,700 defense points. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Dinosaur monsters you control that were special summoned from the graveyard cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target them with card effects. If this card is destroyed, you can shuffle one normal monster from your graveyard into the deck, then you can special summon this card. This one is the boss. Oh my gosh. If you can revive this card from the graveyard, it can't be destroyed, and your opponent can't target it, and none of your other monsters can be destroyed by card effects. That's amazing. This is a fantastic card, and you might be thinking, hold up. I understand that I can play this card, cheating it out with that spell card, but this doesn't make any sense. If there's a fusion monster, and there's a synchro monster, and there's an Xyz monster for rank 6, then we should have more level 6s, and we should have a tuner monster, and probably a fusion spell. You're absolutely right. Let's talk about the rest of the archetype that hasn't been leaked, because those cards could very well be coming as well as ultra rares. So the first card we need to talk about that isn't in the leaks is Xeno Meteorus. Xeno Meteorus is a level 6 fire dinosaur tuner monster with 2,000 attack points and 200 defense points. Level 6, so it can be used as Xyz material for the Drillygnathus. It can be used as link material for the Exaraptor. It can be used as synchro material for the Glaciasaurus, and it's a dinosaur, so you can fusion summon it to Gigantozowler. If a card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Any card. It doesn't matter if it's in your hand, it doesn't matter if it's on the board, it doesn't matter if it's on your opponent's board or in your opponent's hand. If a card is destroyed in any way, you can plop this card down for free. During your main phase, you can destroy one dinosaur monster in your hand or field, then special summon one dinosaur normal monster from your hand or deck. Also, you can't special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except dragons, dinosaurs, sea serpents, or wyrms. You can only use each effect once per turn. Okay, so Meteorus lets you pop any other card you control to special summon a Frostosaurus from your deck, which is a level 6 dinosaur monster that's normal, or Megazowler if you want to, also a level 6 dinosaur that's normal, and then you can immediately synchro summon into Glaciasaurus. So that is just free. That is so absurdly free. Now, you might be thinking, this is cool. How do I get this card on the board? Well, not only do we have a card to get it on the board, we have a card that searches it. Check out Ground Xeno. This is a normal spell card. Add one dinosaur tuner monster or one dinosaur normal monster from your deck to your hand. Then destroy one card in your hand. So this card will draw you Meteorus, then pop any other card in your hand, allowing Meteorus to immediately special summon itself. Wow, that's insane. That is so good. It's the freest combo ever. Next up, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Fusion summon one dinosaur fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material. There's the fusion spell. So that's how you can make Gigantozowler. And it's a banish from graveyard on a search. So you're going to want to play 3 copies of this anyway, and there's no rule that you can only use one of the effects per turn. You can only use each effect once per turn, but you play one, draw, draw, pop, special summon Meteorus, go into your synchro, then banish from grave, fuse 2 cards in your hand, make Gigantozowler. Off of basically just Ground Xeno and like 2 cards that you had to destroy from your hand. This is just so clean and so fun. If we get a skill for this deck, it will be so consistent and funny, and it's just big immortal dinosaurs. How can you not love this? There's no negates, there's no pops. It's just out my giant dinosaur that has 1,000 extra attack points. Like, I can't tell you guys how fun this deck looks. I am so excited. Last up, we have the Big Daddy Boss Monster, Transcendosaurus Meteorus. This is a level 12 fire dinosaur monster. It cannot be normal summoned or set. It must be special summoned by a card effect. So it can be special summoned by its own effect or by any other card effect like Exaraptor or like the Transcendence Pill, you know, whatever. During your opponent's turn, as a quick effect, you can destroy 2 other dinosaur monsters in your hand and or on your field, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. Fair. If this card is special summon, you can send 1 dinosaur monster from your deck to the graveyard. Oh, okay. So this card can just dump normal monsters so that you can start paying the cost to revive your Transcendosaurus cards. Excellent. If this card is destroyed, you could shuffle 1 normal monster from your graveyard into the deck, then you could special summon this card. And you can only use each effect once per turn, but if Transcendosaurus Meteorus isn't destroyed the turn that it was summoned, then if it gets destroyed next turn, you can shuffle the card that it milled, revive it, then it will trigger its mill again. You can dump the same card immediately. So it becomes a loop. It's a turn long loop, so it's not the, you know, it's not the best loop, but it is a loop, and it's 3,500 attack points, and it's free. So this is the deck. These are the dinosaurs. This is really, really cool. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. My name is Serafi, and I was thrilled to have all of you with me.